Here's more wrestling news for September 16th, 2021. And your headlines for this afternoon include: fan chants were prompted during WWE NXT 2.0, name of new Mandy Rose-led stable in NXT revealed, WWE Raw viewership falls hard despite hype of Big E's Money in the Bank cash-in, Gable Steveson is still not on Ronda Rousey's level, says WWE superstar. Breaking news, WWE higher-ups meet Bray Wyatt, what transpired from the meeting? Cassie Lee and Jessica McKay reveal their big announcement, Candice LeRae's current WWE contract status, Paige drops ominous tweet that has fans guessing, and more. We're kicking off with NXT 2.0, which had its huge relaunch this week in front of a packed crowd at the Performance Center. Despite a mixed reaction to the show's rebranding over the past few weeks, the crowd was excited all night long, and WWE have one person to thank for that. Fightful Select reports that the NXT 2.0 timekeeper pulled double duty during the show, as they were responsible for keeping time, but also for hyping up the crowd. The timekeeper was also tasked with encouraging chants from the audience, though we don't know which specific chants came from them and which occurred naturally. NXT 2.0 is just getting started, but the crowd in Florida were certainly pleased with the show, and odds are that fan chants will continue, and it might be thanks to the timekeeper. NXT 2.0 also saw a new side to Mandy Rose, who debuted a new brunette look and meaner attitude. Since returning to NXT, Rose has been working alongside Gigi Dolan and Jacy Jayne, and that stable finally has a name. This name wasn't used during the NXT 2.0 broadcast, but the brand's Twitter account is now calling the group Toxic Attraction, which Rose also used in a hashtag the morning after NXT. Jacy Jayne also has tweeted saying that she's feeling toxic, and we'll have to see how Toxic Attraction fare in the new era of the show. Over to Raw now, as Big E's cash-in this week was a huge deal, but it's one that fans saw coming, as the new WWE champion had announced that he planned to cash in the day prior. Given that Raw continues to struggle in the ratings, it's no wonder why WWE wanted fans to know that a cash-in was imminent, but Big E's epic victory didn't move the needle as hoped. WrestleNomics reports that Raw brought in 1.67 million viewers, the lowest since July 12th, and earned a .43 rating in the coveted 18 to 49 demographic, their lowest since July 5th. The show saw a drop of nearly 200,000 viewers from the September 6th Raw, which saw 1.85 million viewers on average across its 3 hours. In WWE's defense, this week's Raw had to go up against Monday Night Football, but with the season just starting, Big E's reign will have a lot of work to do to boost the show's ratings. This month, WWE was able to sign Gable Steveson to a lucrative deal, one that'll allow him to keep defending his NCAA championship while he trains to become a WWE superstar. Signing the 21-year-old Olympic gold medalist is a score to say the least, but he's got a long way to go before he's on the main roster. Speaking to TMZ, Paul Heyman discussed Steveson and said that he's not at the level of some other big names in the company. He's not quite at the level of a Ronda Rousey or Brock Lesnar, certainly not of the tribal chief Roman Reigns. So far, Gable Steveson understands to listen to the wise man, and he's doing all right with that counsel. That last line is interesting, as it implies that Heyman and Steveson could be working together, and with a remote training facility set up for him by WWE, the company has made it clear they have big plans for him, plans which may one day include Paul Heyman. WWE signing Steveson has kept him away from AEW, but the All Elite promotion isn't lacking in talent, especially from WWE. Not only was the company founded by ex-superstars like Cody Rhodes and Chris Jericho, but there's been a major effort to sign ex-WWE talent as of late. On Twitter, AEW Botches, an account AEW have tried to take down in the past, noted that the company has signed 15 male wrestlers in the last 6 months, 12 of which are from WWE or NXT. Tony Khan has said that AEW won't sign just anyone from WWE, but that hasn't stopped them snatching up a lot of ex-superstars, as it seems the easiest way for an indie star to be all elite is to make it to WWE first. In July, WWE released Bray Wyatt, letting go of one of their most universally popular stars in the process. That release was down to budget cuts, despite WWE making record profits in recent years, and the former Universal Champion has teased his return with some cryptic tweets. When a fan tweeted Wyatt to say he misses him, the former Universal Champion responded saying that everything will be made clear and fans will see him very soon. It's been reported in the Wrestling Observer newsletter that Wyatt could debut at the September 29th Dynamite in Rochester, New York, the hometown of his fellow Wyatt family brother, Brody Lee. To do so, Wyatt would have had to find a way to get out of any 90-day non-compete clause first, and it's believed that if he doesn't appear at the Rochester Dynamite, then Impact will be his home instead. Responding to another fan who said they're excited to see Wyatt once more, the former world champion claimed that fans have never seen the real him. AEW or Impact would no doubt benefit from having Bray on their shows, but that won't happen if WWE can help it. After seeing how many ex-superstars are signing with AEW, WWE have reportedly changed their mind on his release, and Bruce Pritchard and Kevin Dunn reached out to Wyatt last week to have an informal talk. The lucrative deal they offered is for 2 years, and it's reported that Wyatt was unhappy with his booking and treatment before his release, but an understanding has now been reached. Wyatt should be careful about falling into WWE's trap again, as he should understand that this offer is simply to keep him away from the competition, and that being offered a lucrative deal doesn't guarantee good booking. It's far more logical for Wyatt to go with AEW or Impact, as rumors continue to circle that he'll join Bryan Danielson, Adam Cole, and CM Punk as the next big name for the All Elite promotion. If he goes with Impact, Wyatt will immediately be one of their biggest stars, and almost certainly pushed as Impact World Champion upon his debut. Wherever Wyatt goes next, he'll be a huge deal, and from his last tweet, fans won't be waiting long at all to see him back in the ring. The Iconics were also released by WWE this year, and after promising a major announcement, the pair have announced their new song. This song by Harley Cameron also features both wrestlers, and while they haven't been able to wrestle yet due to their visa issues, fans can expect the new tune to play when they can finally sign for another promotion. More from NXT as Von Wagner made his debut on this week's relaunch, and the second-generation superstar has already impressed the right people backstage. Sources indicate that Wagner, the son of former WWF wrestler Bo Beverly, has a lot of hype behind him, with one source stating, "Everyone's comparing him to a young Edge. He's rough around the edges, but has something, and Vince thinks he can be a big deal, but it'll take some time." It was added that Vince sees Wagner as a future WrestleMania main eventer, which should tell you everything about his future from here on. Making his debut this week, Wagner competed for the NXT Championship, and from all accounts, it won't be his last huge championship match. Shortly before WrestleMania 37, WWE decided to split up the Hurt Business, a decision that fans and the stable itself were vehemently against. Since then, Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin have practically vanished from TV, but the group may soon be back in business. On Twitter, MVP shared a photo of himself and Alexander from this week's Raw, saying he was discussing business with an old acquaintance. Alexander responded by saying that if Bobby Lashley had some backup during the show, he probably wouldn't have lost the WWE Championship to Big E. Lashley certainly would have had an advantage had it been 4-on-1 this week, but the Hurt Business may be back for somebody else. It's been reported since SummerSlam that WWE plans on Lashley vs. Goldberg for Crown Jewel, and if the Hall of Famer intends to rip out Lashley's soul as he's claimed, the Almighty may need help from his former allies. One person who knows the value of a stable is Johnny Gargano, whose NXT contract expires this December, and if he leaves, it'll be another huge blow for the brand. WWE will do all they can to keep Gargano around, but they don't need to worry about his wife Candice LeRae just yet. Fightful Select reports that Candice's contract does not line up with her husband, and that her deal will end sometime in 2022. Their report adds that her contract hasn't been frozen due to her pregnancy, as she's still an on-screen personality, and that the former NXT Women's Tag Team Champion insisted on remaining on screen whilst pregnant. Candice's contract will be frozen eventually, but that'll only come when she's no longer appearing on TV, and we'll have to see what the future has in store for the Garganos next year as they balance life as wrestlers and soon-to-be parents. AEW news next, as the city of Chicago is always a very special place for the All Elite promotion, having seen the debuts of CM Punk, Ruby Soho, Adam Cole, and Bryan Danielson in the past month. It's now been confirmed that AEW will return to the Windy City, as AEW Dynamite and Rampage will both be filmed from the Wintrust Arena on November 24th, with tickets going on sale tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. This double taping will be on Thanksgiving Eve, and after the success of All Out and their tenure so far, Tony Khan, Cody Rhodes, and the rest of AEW's higher-ups have a lot to be thankful for. And we're ending today with Paige, who announced her retirement in April of 2018 due to a series of neck issues, but the former Divas champion has said she plans on wrestling again one day. It's even been reported that Paige believes her neck is fine, but her attempts to wrestle have been shut down by WWE's higher-ups, and now she's released a very ominous tweet. The one-word tweet simply reads, "January," and fans have been speculating on what that could mean. With so many departures as of late, and the fact that Kevin Owens' contract expires on January 31st, many believe that Paige has said when her current deal will expire as a sign that she wants out of WWE. Paige recently said during a Twitch stream that her current deal ends next June, but this comes from the same company which believed Adam Cole's deal expired in December instead of July. Other fans suggested that Paige was subtly announcing her in-ring return for next year's Women's Royal Rumble, despite reports that WWE is planning to host the traditionally January event in February instead. Whatever the case, Paige has always been adamant that she'll wrestle again, something she was doing since she was a child, and January will be an interesting month for the inaugural NXT Women's Champion. Well guys, that's our news for today. Please share your comments below. Also hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to receive all notifications. And as always, thanks for watching.